Hey y'all, I'm Brandon. This is my buddy Brandon. That's my buddy Keaton. And this is Beer Joints, Honky-Tonks, and Dive Bars. And we have got a good one for you this time.
Stellar.
The Waterhole in Manchester, Tennessee.
The Waterhole
2. And it was exactly what I was picturing when I came up with this idea. If you were not from around there, you probably wouldn't pull in the parking lot.
Doubtful.
It doesn't have a lot of what the kids call curb appeal.
We're going to be the only people in this establishment.
It's not booming right now. We are not sure it's open.
They opened at 11 o'clock.
Waterhole 2 bar. Pool, dance, live music, cold beer. And a Ford flipping Ranger. They've got one of them old portable signs, but they've concreted it in to get around a portable sign ordinance. And you go in, and we met Miss Barbara, and she's the owner, and she's proud of that place now. She's got a lot of time and memories in there.
Yeah.
I retired 7 years ago.
And then come back to work.
And here you are working.
Well, I run this place.
I know it. That's what I'm saying. It's more work than anything, isn't it?
No. This is my party time.
Well, you had a good time? Oh, I've been by here coming in. We didn't hear about karaoke. I don't know.
That's a good policy.
What's that?
No politics or religion at the bar.
Yeah.
But she showed us around, and she took us to the beer garden, is what she called it. Keaton, how would you describe the beer garden?
Let's turn 3 14-year-old boys loose with some of Daddy's scrap lumber and tarps, and let them rustle up some stuff from the local junkyard,
Like a little bit of roofing steel.
yeah, I mean, and maybe a grill and a smoker and pieces of old signs and tables and bar stools that were left over from about 1965 that had been broken and repaired. Yeah, I mean, it was a clubhouse. It was super rad.
It was neat though. And apparently they used to have horseshoes, but they don't have horseshoes anymore.
They had cornhole too.
They had cornhole, but nobody's played it in years.
In years, yeah. Had to take up the stakes for horseshoes because, you know, that way they didn't have to mow around them anymore. But
Yeah.
they were there. We could get them if we wanted to. It was amazing. I loved it. That's all right. I like it. See? In your head still, can't right
Yeah. So the cornhole.
Nobody played it really.
I'm not much of a cornhole player.
Just big old smoker out here.
Yeah, my brother Bill said himself.
They long? That is a hall, sir.
Dang right it
That's
is.
good.
Oh wow.
He built that out one of the old farm gas tanks.
I bet that thing
He
will
took
hold
the wheels off so it never could be moved.
perfect.
He said nobody's.
Wait,
He
nobody's
said
gonna
he
take it?
never gonna. Well, he said after I'm gone, nobody's gonna take it away. After I'm gone, nobody's gonna take it away.
Actually, he had, but I caught on. 8675309 right there.
Oh, that's ideal.
Now this might just look like some redneck joint, but let me tell you, the Waterhole 2 had rules. On the wall, there was no foul language. And we talked to Miss Barbara about that, and she actually made a lot of sense with what she said. She said, you know, the younger people get in there and they get to using that F word.
Yep.
every other word. And in the water hole too, you get 3 strikes and you're out.
Out of there.
So if you get a little loose lip when you get to drinking, you're gone. I tell you what I like. You keep language clean and keep your language clean to go somewhere else to talk. That's you don't encounter that as much as you
There's
should.
a lot of the younger people.
Yes,
they
ma'am.
use that F word every other word.
Yes, ma'am.
And my brother always says, you don't have no respect for these ladies in here
Yeah.
talking that way.
Well, it's
3 strikes, you're out.
3 strikes and you're out.
Well, I'm not gonna say I don't say it. So I don't
Well,
know
like I
what
say,
I
a lot of, I mean,
But around
I let
people-
it slip when I get mad.
Yeah.
Giving him hell.
Yeah, but when people start using it like a comma,
Well,
They
and,
do.
and another,
and Miss Barbara was a hoot.
she was a hoot.
She
And
was a hoot.
I'm gonna tell you, I've been by that place 1,000 times, and I never would have gone in there. And I'll be honest with you, it's intimidating walking in a place like that looks the way that it looks, and I probably wouldn't have done it by myself.
Let me tell you, if you see a Confederate flag
Absolutely not.
and it gives you the vapors, you're not going in there.
Not
No.
There's
stay away.
several in there, and some of the stuff on the walls. They had old album covers in the back, and she said they have a band every couple of months.
Yeah.
But they didn't. It was no tap beer. That's the most ashtrays I've ever seen in one place
Lots of ashtrays.
in my life. I think you could go to an ashtray store, and there
Well-
wouldn't be that many ashtrays.
She said she is 73 years old, and she's been smoking her whole life.
The thing, it's not going to make you feel at home. It is very, very warm in
Yeah,
there.
Oh,
she wasn't hot.
it was the 3rd level of Hades in there. I'll just tell you.
It was warm in there, and there were air conditioners.
They weren't on.
Weren't on there, a few fans here and there, but the beer was cold. Really, they robbed the Dollar General at knife point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Lord,
Got the guy in the leg, just 2 or 3 years back.
they cut him.
That's
That's
right down the street.
That's pretty determined robbery.
he's from Lebanon, you know, and we've been running together for probably 30 years. Oh, and we got one.
Yeah.
more with all time. He could come and
This is a big daggum place.
What's that?
So this is a big daggum place. Oh, they got real darts.
Yep.
I didn't think about that.
Used to have 2.
Going that way.
Well, I'll go with you then. I won't leave nobody by themselves. But no, we were just talking about it. He said, man, there's a dying joke, dying thing. And I said, well, I know where several's at, between
But the beer was cold.
ice cold.
And they have cold drinks and various canned and bottled beers. I had High Life.
I had Coors Light.
Maybe I had a Coors Light there.
You did have a Coors
I had
Light.
Coors
though.
Light.
She didn't have the highlight
Yeah, she didn't have the High Life.
or the banquet.
I didn't get the champagne of beers.
Well,
but,
I did get the impression that most of the people that go in there, she probably keeps the beer that they
Yeah.
drink. And
yeah, if I was regular, I bet there'd be High Life in
oh,
there.
guaranteed.
And you can brown bag it there.
$5 charge.
She told us exactly how to get to the liquor store and how far it was away.
It's behind the high school.
2 minutes, right over from the high school, and they had any selection that we would like.
They have any kind of liquor you can want. Then you
Yes.
can bring that bottle in there. You pay her $5. She puts it behind the bar, and you buy cold drinks from her
Mhm.
and mix them all you
Which
want
is
to.
right up my alley because I'm not a beer drinker.
Yeah, this one doesn't like the beer.
And honest to goodness, that's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
you can brown bag liquor in there.
if you're not accustomed to this, there's a lot of places in the South where they've got the blue laws where you can have a bar that is a beer bar and it doesn't have to have a liquor license. And a lot of places they just can't serve liquor by the drink at all, except in private clubs.
Yep.
So if you're ever driving through the South and you're like, why is there all these weird private clubs? That's so they can have liquor. And that's kind of a way to skirt around to that.
Out of town, I think Michigan or something.
Okay.
And he's, like I say, people don't really like him.
But they had album covers on the wall.
Lots of Conway Twitty.
Lots of Conway Twitty. She was a Conway Twitty fan.
She first heard him, or no, she first heard that song.
Hello, darling.
She was 29 years old when that came out.
No album
It's like
cover.
it used to be.
Yeah.
Here, down there. They're a little
Yeah,
further
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Rabbit, George Jones. That's an old one of George Jones. Salute Tank. Yep.
And I've got this one right here. This Conway.
Yep.
That's on the wall down
Yeah.
at my house. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got that one for sure.
I've got one cassette tape right out there in my truck right now. I listen to it when I don't like a song on the radio. I put that cassette in.
You daggum right.
Yeah.
Because ain't nothing in this day and age beat a Conway Twitty song.
No. Oh, Conway's gone.
I do, and I like it.
And she absolutely made us feel like we were kind of like family.
Oh, yeah.
She just sat down and chatted with us.
Yeah, you'd have thought we
Taught
were
us the
kin.
history and
I got the answer to a burning question. The name of this establishment, the Water Hole 2. I've been wondering about this for so many years, and I said, Miss Barbara, let me ask you a question because this has been just tearing me up. Where was the Water Hole 1 and why is this one 2? And she told us that Water Hole 1 was several miles away in a different area of that county. Her brother owned it and it burned down. And so he opened that one up. 1994, I believe.
No, the other one burned in '94. I don't know if that's
Okay.
when this one opened.
Well,
yeah.
sometime
yeah.
after that then. But it's been there a long time, I know that.
And
And everything. But like I said, when my dad died, he come home and we sort of watched after Mama because she lived about 12, 13 years after Dad died.
yeah.
Yeah.
She couldn't see, but out of one eye. But she was okay at home. She could do the cooking and everything.
Sure.
But whenever we took her to the store, she always wanted to hold my hand.
Well, you know,
And he said, I want you to come down here and see this, what
Well,
goes
sure.
on here.
yeah. And I bet it was an eye opener too, wasn't it?
Yes, he said that way whenever you get a little bit older, you can see it. I never was a traveler. If I stayed away a year, I was lucky because, like I said, my parents didn't drive, so I wanted to be there for them.
Sure,
Yeah.
you gotta be real, you know.
Yep.
And if you stop by, definitely pull $1 out of your pocket. She'll hand you a Sharpie. You can write a little message on it, and she will put it on the wall.
Yeah, they got dollar bills all over the place, and some guy took a $100 bill and tore it in pieces and put it up there. And she was like, he was just trying to show off. He had a lot of money. And
Wait, the Iraqi.
yeah, there was an Iraqi like 5 dinar or whatever somebody brought back from the sandbox and stuck up there.
Had Saddam right on the front
Yeah,
of it.
there he was, looking like a dick. It was a $2
There's
bill.
some phony ones on this side.
Uh-oh.
Phony ones.
Yeah.
For real though? Like,
$100 bills.
oh, no.
Fake $100 bills.
Is it one thing? Yes, it is a collection, but I just picked
Yeah,
it up.
that's the one I was talking about. They shredded it up,
Ah.
but they left the serial numbers out. Yeah,
Ah.
he put it up there. He wanted to be big, act like he had a lot of money. So he's
Wasn't that a band?
what?
Hailstorm? Wasn't that a band?
Yeah, it was. I understand.
Would you like another one?
I would. I would love to have another one. I sure would.
I think I'm gonna get a water from you this go round. I'm trying to be smart today.
Be surprised I
It was what when you think of a little beer joint, this is what pops to mind. I've been in a million of them in my life. Stop in, have a beer, and move on. And it's just a neat daggone place. If you get a chance to go by the Water Hole 2, it's worth it. It's safe
Yeah.
in the daytime. We can speak to the daytime.
And they
Yeah, we-
had darts and pool, and
Yep.
I mean, you know, it was deceptively large.
Yeah, yeah, it's way bigger than it looked from the outside.
Mm-hmm.
Just laid them in there like brick.
laid him in there like brick.
Yeah.
Nice.
2-story house.
I bet it's insulated well.
Yeah.
right, I'm taking you down the road.
Thank you very much.
If I
Nice to
don't-
meet you.
That's if I don't get after them, though.
Okay, I'm
telling you
usually
what.
here. I come here every day and stay a couple hours, and then on weekends I'm here all the time.
No, well, hey, I appreciate you.
Yeah.
We thank you for your hospitality. I've
Like I
enjoyed
said,
it.
we want everybody to feel right at home.
Well, we are.
Yeah.
I feel like I've been here a million years already. I didn't even talk about it. And it what a nice, cool place. And I think more than anything, I'm tickled that you told me why it's two.
Yep.
Water two. Water
Mystery
on two.
solved.
I wondered about
Like
that.
I said, my brother made that sign himself.
That's awesome. I love it.
All right, so how many classic country album covers would you give the Water Hole?
The Water Hole 2 is hands down a 5 Conway Twitty album cover winner.
Mm-hmm.
I would
5.
definitely agree with the 5.
5, it had the right smell, it had the right atmosphere, it did not have the right temperature, but everything else was stellar. I mean, if you're thinking old school beer joint,
Yeah.
this is a
When it
old
gets
school
smoky,
beer
she
joint.
just opens the doors.
Yeah, might as well. It's not like she's got to keep the cool air in.
Thank you so much.
That place was cool. This barber was cool.
I definitely enjoyed that.
Okay. Now, well worth a trip. You should definitely.
Yeah, so
go
if,
there.
if you're down that way, stop by, say hi to Miss Barbara, and don't cuss.
Nope.
She'll throw you right out. All right, y'all come see us on the next one. I like it, Sunday. I live for the nights I can't remember with friends. I'll never forget.
Yeah, you're right.
Roger.
You know, there's a lot going on in here. It took me a while just to walk around the perimeter of the place looking at all the stuff on the wall.
It was like the Weasley's tent. Yeah, you weren't expecting the Harry Potter reference, were you?
I did not, but we're better for it.